Grace and peace, everyone. Grace and peace. You saw the thumbnail. You saw the title. You got an opinion about it. So let's go ahead and let's get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, the, the Fulton County election results are pretty much in. It's a sealed deal. The election results are in. So we're going to go over some of the more salient points. We're going to talk about it. I want to hear what you all are thinking about it. What were your thoughts? What were your opinions? Did you think it was going to go differently? Whatever like that. There's particularly three races that I want to talk about, but I do want to hear from you. So if you don't mind, jump into the chat. Feel free to jump in, both feet. It's super nice in there. The water's fine. I want to hear from you. So I want to, first of all, shout out to Operation Paperclip is in the building. He says, if she's going to jail, any who ask for votes to be verified because anomalies shows up and witness testimony contradicts the number of votes. There we go. I think that's fine. Hopefully one day, Kiana says, but not today. Today's not that day. What's going on, John Gordon? Good to see you, man. Grace and peace, friend. All right. The results is in. The results is in. Yo, okay. Let's go over the results. But wait, before we get too far afield, let me tell you something. I think Dear Woke Christian is going to now hire himself out as a political strategist, simply because I really believe that there's need for an unconventional thinker in this space because everybody thinks exactly like everybody else. So you know what? I think I'm going to hire myself out. So dear Courtney Kramer, holla at your guy. I am a gun for hire. Absolutely. And I will absolutely give you ideas, suggestions. And I'm telling you right now, as sure as my name is Jason, tomorrow morning before 10 o'clock, Courtney Kramer needs to have radio, TV, and Facebook and social media ads all over the place. If she doesn't do that, she's in a world of hurt. She has got to get out there fast before people even wake up in the morning. You've got signs in their yard. Before people even get their coffee tomorrow, you've already got an ad pumping out through the radio. She needs to get at it. If she wants to unseat Fani Willis, she has got to. And her ads must be savage. Hi, my name is Courtney Kramer, and I'm not going to steal your money. Hi, my name is Courtney Kramer, and I will open up this youth gang prevention center. Hi, my name is Courtney Kramer. She better come out like a beast, a Brahma bull coming out of the pen. Otherwise, it's a wrap. Whoa, Kiana says she's going to lose anyway. You know what? That's fine. You know what? If she loses, then lose because you put in all of the groundwork. You put in all of the effort. If you lose, then you lose. There's nothing you can do about it. If they're going to cheat or if you're just going to outright lose, that's fine. But put in the effort to win. Don't wait till next week. Don't cool your heels to the weekend. Tomorrow is day one. So I'm telling you right now, that's my theory. Again, Courtney Kramer. My name is Jason, dearwokec@gmail.com. I'm right here in Cobb County. I will absolutely help you strategize. Send your strategist, whatever. I'm actually here for you. I'm here to help you. And guess what? Fani Willis, if you want a strategist, absolutely don't call me. But nonetheless, I'm glad to know that you need a strategist. But just don't call me because we're gonna look at her acceptance speech. It's a mess. Oh my goodness. All right, let's look at this thing. Let's go. All right, so the results are in. Man, I didn't think she was gonna. I'm sorry. I didn't think Christian Wise Smith was gonna beat her. I just thought he was gonna get at least 20%. I just, as a former libertarian, that's where you're really the sweet spot. You're really looking for those high double digit results. Even if you lose, you want 10%. You want to get in there. You just at least want to draw first blood to get 10%. He got 12, and that's cool. There's 95% of the precincts are reporting. So let's just say for laughs and giggles, he's going to get to about maybe 14.7, something of that nature. And that's perfectly fine. I mean, I really wanted him to get 20 because I said I was going to go to the Youth Detention Center, Gang Prevention Center, and I was going to do a live stream from there. I still might because I'm super petty. Anyway, hats off, man. You did your best. I just don't think, and again, this is if I became a political strategist, if I became a political strategist and people actually hired me, I don't know why they would do that because, again, I'm a pre K law student. But if they hired me for strategy, I would tell them that you must, kind of like on YouTube, you must be engaged with the algorithm every single day. So if that's signage, um, meet and greets, if that's on the air, if that's wherever the places are that you find you're gonna connect with your audience, your constituents, then you must be on there every single day. If you do the work and say, okay, there are exactly 55 days between now and the election, then that means that for 55 days, they're going to hear me on the radio. For 55 days, they're going to see me somewhere on the street. They're going to see me on YouTube. They're going to see me on social media. They're going to see me somewhere, somehow, some way for 55 days, whatever the amount is. You must be more active. You must be more engaged. That's it. This is a war of attrition. You must become ubiquitous with people's names. I'm sorry, with people's mindset and their thoughts. And at the current moment, it's fair to say Fani Willis has become a meme, even because of the bad things, but she's still a meme. Everybody knows who Fani Willis is. You could go to blessed Indonesia, you could probably find somebody who knows about Fani Willis. You can go to Latin America, you can probably find somebody who knows about Fani Willis. The exact same thing. Now, granted, don't get in there for the same reasons, but you need to become ubiquitous. You need to become a meme in this space. And that's just it. You got to go at it. I think Christian Y. Smith, and yesterday we looked at him asking Fani Willis to resign. I think he made some very good points. They were entirely too late in the game. So with that being the case, then we need you to do that exact same thing, but it has to be a mad, passionate, it has to look like you're obsessed about it. Like, I am obsessed with getting this job, and I want to give the people of Fulton County the best experience they could possibly get. And I mean, I am going bananas. I'm at the Starbucks. I'm at the Dunkin' Donuts. I'm at the Quick Trip. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop because I got 55 days to do this. And I want people to know that I'm going to work just as hard to get the job. I'm sorry, once I'm in the job as I did to get the job. And I'm showing that I'm getting involved. Because again, I don't really have an opinion on Christian Y. Smith. I'm not a Democrat, so I wouldn't have voted for him. However, I want to see a good scrap. I'm going to tell you that again. My name is Jason. I like to see a good fight. And I want to see a good fight. I want to see a good fight between Courtney and Fani. I want Courtney to push Fani's button so bad that Fani is begging for a debate. That's how I'm going to know that Courtney really gets under Fani's skin. When Fani is like, I want to debate her. I'm going to debate her. I'm going to debate her. That's when you know she's gotten under her skin. That burr under her saddle she cannot take it anymore. And she's got to say something about it. That's what you're going to see. And if Courtney Kramer wakes up tomorrow, if you wake up tomorrow and you see Courtney Kramer on the front of your news feed on Yahoo News, if you see her on the front of your news feed on YouTube, or you hear her on your local radio station, that's how you know that she's serious. My name is Jason. I am now a political strategist. DearWolksy@gmail.com. All right. So anyway, 87.5% of the votes, 12.5 for Mr. Y. Smith. Fulton County, you get what you get. You get what you get. And that's just what it is. So we also going to look at, because I think it's a little, it doesn't really resonate properly. How is it then that McAfee won so handily? Where is it? Right here. Let me roll it up. There we go. Sorry about that. But McAfee won, like, again, decidedly. And I'm going to say it again. I don't know anybody that knew about Robert Portillo. I don't know anybody that knew about him. So maybe he was out there stumping. Maybe he was really out there grinding. Maybe he was really out there trying to, make a difference. Maybe so. I don't know anybody who's talking about him. I don't. Not like I'm not always in Fulton County. I was down there today in Fulton County. I was looking around, making sure I didn't get up on RICO charges. But especially, again, my name is Jason. I am now a political strategist. If you want to hire me, dearwolksy@gmail.com. If you want to be an incumbent, you must you realize that the incumbent has inertia already in their favor. The fact that they are the incumbent. Because if you go and look through most of the elections here in Fulton County, most of them, the incumbent won. And a lot of them won pretty decidedly. It was pretty serious. But my point is, you have to beat them at their own game. And the only way you're going to beat them at their own game is by outworking them. And especially if you're a younger person, then, sir, ma'am, you got to outgrind them. You have to. You cannot soft pedal this. You must grind it out. And you must force them to be like, yo, man, we gotta get them to stop. We gotta get them to stop. So we're going to 2 campaign stops a day. They're going to 4. We're out here trying to get on TV. This dude is doing live streams from the Bank of America building. You got to outwork them and get your message out there. That's it. There's no other way around it. There is no other way around it. So, shout out to Sky McAfee. Kudos. Shout out to you. I thought I heard that Natalie Hall lost, and she is the young lady that, I heard Natalie Hall lost. Where is it? Fulton County Commissioner. I don't see it. Let me look for it. But apparently Natalie Hall lost. And she's the one that got brought up on charges because she was stalking her sneaky link that was like her chief of staff. And then he didn't want to mess with her no more. So she was like putting tracking devices in his car, and ended up costing Fulton County like $1 million. He got $1 million. He was able to sue Fulton County, and he won $1 million because of the things that Natalie Hall was doing. So I see that Natalie Hall, I was told Natalie Hall lost. And Q, if you can just drop me the link, I'll put it up here for sure. But we're gonna look at Fani Willis's acceptance speech. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The truth will set you free. What did you say here? You said, man, Fulton County is one big steaming hot pile of mess. I hope they don't rig this election like they did in 2020. Fani not only should be voted out, but prosecuted too. God bless the citizens of Fulton County. I agree. But they get what they get. Like the information that you and I know, they know as well. And probably even more intimately because they are involved with not only the politics of Fulton County, but the actual justice and legal and crime of Fulton County. So they know, and they still voted for her. So, okay, well, it is what it is. You get what you get, and you don't pitch a fit. That's it. So you can't say anything. You can't poke your lip out. Now, I really do hope, I'm saying it again, if tomorrow morning, if Courtney Kramer comes out the gate, and I mean, she's bringing the noise, she's not playing games. She's because she can grind out, Fani. You can grind her out. All you got to do is just get more involved than she is. That's it. That's all you got to do. And so again, my name's Jason. I'm now a political strategist. I'm helping her out. Holla at your boy, Courtney Kramer. I'm right here in Marietta. Holla at your guy. I'll be more than happy to help you out. Fani, I'm a hired gun. If you need help, don't call me because I ain't got nothing for you. We got to look at this acceptance speech. Yeah. I don't really know what to say. This Fani Willis's acceptance speech is a whole mess. It's a mess. Oh my gosh. But before we get too far afield, turn up your volume. Turn it up, Mr. DJ. All right, let's see. My volume is up as far as it can go. My volume is up. Matter of fact, let me just check the sound effects. That'll tell me. That always tells me how loud my volume is.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yikes. That's real loud. Okay, yeah. My volume is all the way up, Teresa. Let me double check. Let me listen to it on your end as well. All right. Yeah, it sounds perfect on my side. I'm sorry. I don't know if there's something going askew, but it sounds perfect on my end. Oh man, thank you so much, Ricky. Always good, man. Thank you so much, brother, for seeing you. As I've called it consistently, she's gonna win. Absolutely. I don't disagree with you. No problem whatsoever. Now we might need to, wager some wings on Courtney Kramer, but that's my assessment. I think Courtney Kramer's going to give her better run for it. That's just my opinion. But yeah, that was good, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, man. Oh, I got to get you that Rico. Man, thank you so much, Ricky. Always good to have you stop on through. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to Fani Willis's acceptance speech. But before we do that, I got 36 people that have liked this video, and there's 120 of y'all that are watching it. If you like this kind of content, my name is Jason. I am a Christian content creator, and I like to give social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective. I've really found a lot of enjoyment talking about politics, talking about the election cycle and these legal cases. So if you like that type of stuff, go on and hit that like button. Jump into the live chat. There's a lot of fun people in there. They'll treat you nice, I promise you. And we're going to talk about this acceptance speech because my goodness in the morning. All right. Y'all ready for this? Let's get at it. Oh, man. I promise you, this one's weird. Goodness gracious. All right. Here we go. Let me get Jason out of the way. I need to get all the way out of the way for this one. Good gracious alive. All right, let's go. Here we go.
The race was called for Fulton County
District Attorney Fani Willis. Let's listen in.
Oh, wow. Can I take my time? I am just so humbled and so grateful to the citizens of Fulton County who made this possible. Tonight, they delivered a strong and a powerful message. They want a district attorney that believes everyone deserves to be safe and everyone is entitled to some dignity.
Wow. Everyone deserves to be safe. Everybody's entitled to dignity. Does that include Misha Maynard, representative here in Georgia that has been stalked by a criminal, and not only stalked, but let off? The gentleman was let off by the lady that's talking about what she's talking about. Dignity. Okay, I got you. Maybe the word doesn't mean exactly what I think it means. I don't know.
And it's a message that's pissing folks off, but there is no one above the law in this country, nor is there anyone beneath it. You all, 4 years ago when I came and took this seat, me and that man over there, Chief Meadows of the city of South Fulton, we were really frustrated because we were telling people there was a gang problem. And people were acting like we had two heads. They said there was a gang problem in Chicago, there was a gang problem in LA, might have been a gang problem in DC, but there was not a gang problem in Atlanta. And we were saying, no, there is. And if you don't deal with reality, reality will deal with you. And so we put into effect a balanced approach. But I need everyone in here to understand, this is just a pause. We are not to the end of the road. In fact, I submit to you, we're at the beginning. The campaign does not end tonight, it begins tonight. And so right here tonight, this is a fundraiser in case you're confused. If you left some money at the door, go back and leave some more. I got 2 stores going on. Go and buy a t-shirt because you're going to need to wear it. Because we in this fight for the long haul. You all, in all seriousness, my opponent has super PACs already supporting her. The Republican Party of this country and the state.
I just want to stop for a second. Do you realize that she was talking about gangs and the such and that nature? And I don't want to do that. Sorry. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Do you realize she was talking about gangs and then just stopped? She was talking about gangs and Atlanta has a gang problem apparently. And then she just stopped. And now she's talking about, I need to raise money. She's now on this kick about her opponent has super PAC money, because she don't have super PAC money. She don't have super PAC money. She out here grassroots and it's selling chicken dinners and such like that, selling T-shirts and such like that in order to get money to fight the fight rather than do the job. I'm just saying, like, just do the job, Fani. Like, one of the best things you could be doing is the job that the people hired you to do. But I digress. Again, my name is Jason. I'm going to become a political strategist.
Have already supported her. But right here is a grassroots campaign. Nobody is supporting me but the people of Fulton County.
Fulton County, y'all got played. Y'all got finessed. Y'all got finessed, Fulton County. And okay, we can forgive you, Fulton County, but y'all got to be for real. Y'all just got finessed. Y'all just got wholeheartedly finessed. This woman just said nobody's supporting her. So she just out here, little old me against the world. The underdog. She likes the underdog story. Let us continue. This is going to be hilarious.
And so we need you all the way in.
All the way in. That's not going to go well.
If you believe this campaign, a very brilliant woman last night, Rachel Maddow, said that this campaign and this movement is the bellwether of democracy. And we need you to support us. 4 years ago, you elected me as DA to bring crime down. And I think you've heard we've done just that.
Where are the receipts? I would love for Fulton County to show us that they've brought down crime in a real, meaningful, tangible, accessible way. Because if they did, wouldn't the gang problem be dealt with as well? I'm just wondering. I don't know how it dealt. I mean, all crime is not gang crime. I got you. But wouldn't that probably be like a really big indicator, like the gangs numbers have gone down? I'm just wondering, how does this work? Y'all got finessed, Fulton County. Y'all got totally finessed. But let us continue.
But I need to remind you of where we were 4 years ago. Not only was crime just going wild, we also were in a state where George Floyd had just been murdered, and it was on the back of many, many atrocities. And as a result of these ugly, ugly things that were happening in our communities, people were dissatisfied with law enforcement and the justice system. And guess what? They were right. There was no reason to have this. Also, there are many here that are on my team, and they know we walked into a district attorney's office that was completely broken. But if I didn't do anything else right, I put together a team of fierce.
Oh, please don't talk about your team, because Nate was on that team. How do you worked in the district attorney's office? That is so amazing. Like, I'm in my house right now, and when I leave from out of Whitaker Park and walk into the house, walk into the rest of the house, I would be silly to be like, I walk into a kitchen that was completely in disarray. Well, Dad, didn't you walked through here before? Like, you're part of the house. Like, why are you acting like you weren't a part of it? That's the thing. Fulton County, y'all got finessed. Y'all got tricked. I ain't gonna even lie. I mean, that's on you.
Got him!
Warriors, and they are making a tremendous difference, changing the challenges. Let me say that for you again, what the mayor said. Homicides are down 21%. That means mamas is going home hugging their babies. You understand? Those aren't just numbers.
She know how to work her crowd.
That means mamas are attending their sons' graduations. They're going to their children's weddings.
Okay, I'm sorry. When I said yesterday that Christian Wise Smith must become more charismatic and more effervescent, I'm not saying that he needed to become like one of these grimy televangelists. But on the same note, y'all did see how Fani Willis has shifted, right? You see how all of her persona has shifted. And again, she's milking the room. She understands the room. She understands the dynamics of where she is, and she's using her language, and she's using her personality. She's using her persona exactly as it needs to be in order to connect with them. Like, you got to give her credit for it. I don't agree with it. I think it's wrong. I think it does look bad. I think it isn't a good look for Black women to behave like this, but she understands what they want, and she's giving them exactly what they want. That's all I'm saying. Christian Wise Smith should have been able to give them, again, you ain't got to act foolish, but on the same note, give some energy, some inflection. Use your voice to draw people in to the story. Even though her stories are not consistent, they're just a lot of platitudes. And if you've heard her as much as I've heard her, you realize that these are just cut and paste statements. She's using them around and around. She's moving them in different places of the story, but it is what it is.
They are are enjoying just having Sunday dinner, not buying caskets. I need you to understand that violent crime all over is down 25%. Rape is down 49%. Some of you will say, the doubters will say, well, crime is down all over the country. Yeah, it's down 5%. We're doing something right here in Fulton County. Understand, we have the third largest crime drop in America. We only chasing San Antonio, Texas, and Arlington, Texas, and they about to be in my rear view if you know me. We've done this by unapologetically going after violent criminals and the powerful, no matter how powerful they think they are, while giving first-time offenders a second chance. We've developed programs for young people. I have the REACH program. It is the only program like that in the country where a DA's office is in the school system all year long. And folks challenge me on my budget, but Akeem Woodard, what I tell them, I'd rather see them in the classroom than in the courtroom.
I might have to look into that. I have many a friend in Fulton County. I might have to look into that because I don't know. If you have a gang prevention, Fulton County is an extremely big school district. It's got to be, I mean, it's definitely one of the largest. It's the largest school district in, I think, the second largest or the largest in Georgia. And it might be it's definitely within the top 10 in the United States. It's huge. I got to ask some questions because, I mean, for you to say that you have a DA's office in the schools, we're not talking about 10 schools. We're talking about hundreds of schools. I don't know about that one. I'm going to have to look into that because that doesn't make sense. But even beyond that, what about the Gang Prevention Center that's right down there in East Point? What about that? A youth center geared and aimed directly to help young boys and young girls that might be prone to gang activity to get out of the mix. Like, what about that? And I want to see if she tries to claim that, because that would be very interesting, because I know that it's not open. And matter of fact, Christian Y. Smith even brought that up yesterday. And shout out to AV to the Seventh Power. She did a review of it and read what the Senate sent to Fani, because it's not Jim Jordan. It's the U.S. Senate that wants to know where your money's going. So, yeah, this was interesting.
And this balanced approach is working because we are making tremendous progress. But please understand, I'm just getting started. Making this community safer. And this election is bringing into focus very important matters about who matters. Should your safety depend on your zip code? What about your race? Should it depend on who you choose to love? Should it depend on if you're male or female? Bishop, I think it should apply to all of them. What you think, Bishop Jackson? I want you all to understand, hear it now. My opponent is completely unqualified. Completely.
Okay, this right here is very interesting because everything she says about Courtney Kramer applied to Nathan Wade. Listen.
She has less than 4 years of practicing law. She has never been in a criminal courtroom.
So what does being in a criminal courtroom, because as far as I know, Nathan has never tried or prosecuted a criminal case either. So what makes her unqualified? But see, she's going to start this off by attacking her qualifications. And again, Courtney Kramer, my name is Jason. I'm your political strategist here in Cobb County. You must attack her inability to do her job. You must attack her inability to do her job. If you don't shine the brightest spotlight, the light of the sun on the fact that this woman has not done what she was called to do, challenge every number that she spouts. She says 25%, challenge it. She says 5% for the nation, challenge it. She says only Austin and Houston are ahead of her, challenge everything that she says. Don't let anything go without being challenged. That's it.
But while she is inexperienced and unqualified and does not represent the values of my county, don't get confused. She is a real threat because of who backs her and how they back her.
So we got to throw that shade in there. Got to make you...
She does not have allegiance to the people of my county. She has allegiance to politics and the powerful's interests. Oh, y'all read between the lines.
And again, Fani Willis talking, going to end up getting herself in more trouble, but it is what it is. Are we to believe that Fani Willis has no allegiance? Are we to believe that Fani Willis doesn't have connections with the powerful? Is that what we're to believe? But Courtney Kramer does, but Fani doesn't. Okay, that's what we believe. All right, okay, that's what I'm supposed to believe.
She doesn't believe that everyone is afforded equal protection of the law. She doesn't believe in accountability.
How does she know that? Interesting. I'm only asking questions. And again, how do you know that she doesn't believe in accountability? How do you believe she doesn't believe in equal protection of the law? Because she disagrees with you? Okay. Again, this is what we got to say. Again, Courtney Kramer, you must come out the gate like a Mack truck tomorrow. As a matter of fact, you can go right now. You can start this out right now. 12 o'clock. You got 90 minutes. Don't give yourself sleep. Don't give yourself rest. Go after this with all of the passion and drive that you would go after the criminals in Fulton County if you were the DA. Show them your drive and dedication to resolve the issues that Fani Willis is ignoring. That's all.
Will not do the hard work that is required of a district attorney that wants to make Fulton safer.
How do you know that?
And I want you to understand, this work is hard. Now, some say that we must choose between safety and justice, but I'm here to tell you they are wrong. What they are really saying, I want y'all to hear me. What they are really saying is that certain people matter less. That certain people's children matter less. I reject that.
What about the children that are in Fulton County Jail right now that you have not, you've not indicted? Just wondering. What about them? I don't know.
Cannot accept violence against anyone, including the impoverished, including minorities, including homosexuals, transsexuals, not anyone. And not women.
Who is saying that? Again, these things, if Courtney Kramer wants to beat Fani Willis, she must agitate her and challenge literally take the speech apart and challenge every false claim in this speech. If it's true, then let it be true. But if you're saying that this woman does not care about justice for everybody, then make her prove it. Make her stand on that. And show, what are you talking about? And you must push back. Courtney Kramer, my name's Jason. DearWokesy@gmail.com. I'm your political strategist. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'll talk to you. This right here is a fool's errand. And if you don't push back on this, because she's beatable. That's the thing. She is beatable. You just must be willing to do what it needs to happen to beat her. And I think it is challenging all of her false narratives. Don't let them.
As Matthew chapter 25, verse 45 says, truly I tell you, whatever you did not do for one of the least of these, you didn't do for me.
I can't believe she just, I did not listen all the way to this part. She literally just quoted scripture. Y'all, I'm telling you right now, the fact that God does not strike this woman dead with a lightning bolt the size of Massachusetts for the way she misuses and mishandles scripture is a sign that God is patient with us all and that we can all find repentance in Christ and turn to him. Because this woman just sat there and said, what you've not done for the least of them, you've done for me. What about the people, the least of them that are in Fulton County Jail, Fani? What about the least of them, Misha Maynard, who is being stalked by a criminal that you let off the hook? Please, Courtney Kramer, if you want to unseat this woman, which I think is very reasonable, then you must pull this. This must become your banner statements. This must become your banner, your red letter statements that she is sitting here selling wolf tickets, and you are over here saying the wolf is that's the wolf. Come on now, come on. Let's go.
But as we have labored in the vineyards of justice, I have been under constant attack. Y'all, they done called me everything but a child of God. I've had to move out of my home where I raised my 2 beautiful daughters. From the bottom of my heart, Chief Meadows, I will never be able to thank you enough for your team of servants that every day, folks don't know, twice a day, you had bomb dogs at my house. They don't know that you constantly kept the police on me. You don't know, they don't know that Chief Shearbaum made sure when I got to that courthouse I was safe. They don't know the team that it took just to make sure I kept breathing. And I owe you and Chief Shearbaum and law enforcement my life.
Notice how disjointed this speech is. It is a plea. It is an attempt to garner support, to generate people's sympathy, and such of that nature. She continually tells a story. And I'm not saying that she wasn't actually threatened. I'm not saying that she wasn't, and that they didn't do the bomb sweeps and all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that she tells a story in an effort to generate that me versus them. I'm just a little small, innocent little girl from Los Angeles, and these big, mean, horrible people are against me. And that's what she keeps doing. So again, if Courtney Kramer wants to unseat her, she must. Because notice here, she hasn't used the race card yet. And that's how you know when she's gotten, when Courtney Kramer's got under her skin, is when she starts using the race card. Because she hasn't used the race card yet. So she thinks that she can use her feminine wiles and be sensual up here. And that's going to be enough to garner support. But once she starts getting shellacked, because Courtney Kramer is going to do what Dear Will Christian said, and she's going to come out of the gate, and she's going to spend a lot of effort to get into the ears and the eyes and the minds of the people of Fulton County. And Fani Willis is going to realize that, oh, yo, I'm losing it. I'm losing grip. I'm losing control of this. And then she's going to start pulling out the race card. That's how you know she's going to lose. That's when we know, like, oh, the wheels on the bus coming off. But let us continue. Let us go. My name is Jason. I'm a new political analyst and strategist.
You are absolutely my hero, and I would not have gotten through this without you. But even with all the threats on my life, it is nothing compared to what the victims of violent crime in Fulton County have too often experienced. The deep sadness that comes with being made a victim. See, this is what they don't understand.
So I'm just wondering, like, I'm going to keep bringing up Misha Maynard because that's like one of the most grossest examples, but there's countless other ones. What about the dad that was at Misha Maynard's press conference, whose son has been in jail for almost 5 years and not been indicted? What about the young man that was attacked for being gay and he actually got charged for the attack? How about that? I mean, I'm just wondering, like, what about those stories? I'm just wondering. But I mean, she's just going to say it and these people are going to key and make yummy sounds. But let's go.
They can attack us. They can beat us down, but they will not succeed. See, they don't know the fire that I come from. They don't know that Brother John Floyd. But this is the fire that we are made from. All the attacks in the world can't stop us, and they will not stop us. This is a fight for safety. It's a fight for justice. But it's a fight for the rule of law. And we are just at the beginning of this fight. So I ask you to dig deep and keep fighting. Y'all missed it, it's a store in the back. I want to thank my supporters.
Oh, she means that.
I want to thank my daughters who have gone through things 20-year-olds should not have to go through. I want to thank my father who had to be displaced, who had to literally monitor my house just to make sure his child was okay. I have a really deep thank you to my friend and my partner, Mayor Andre Dickens, and a hero of mine, former Mayor Shirley Franklin. I want to once again thank Chief Darren Shearbaum, who when Andre, put him as the chief instantly said, I'm in this fight with you, and I recognize there's a gang problem. I want to thank Chief Meadows and my sheriff, Sheriff Labatt, for all their inexhaustible leadership and for the courage that they've had to do to keep me safe. Bishop Jackson, thank you for always sending those text messages, all the prayers, making sure you rounded up the faith leaders, and that I had your support. From my pastor, Pastor Pollard, I love you and your wife. Thank you for taking care of me. To so many other religious leaders, Pastor Flippin, who I saw in here tonight, who've been with me when I'm winning and when I'm losing. Thank you for always standing with me. I want to deeply thank the brave women and men who serve as district attorneys and investigators in this county. Can y'all give them a round of applause? In case y'all don't know, we the best to ever do it. You heard what I said? We the best to ever do it. To my campaign team, Charlie Bailey, Keisha Carter, Jeremy Howard Harris, Chris Hutman. We did that. I think they said 90, that's what I heard. Lastly, thank you to my dad for teaching me that everyone is entitled to dignity and everyone deserves justice. Thank you to my children for giving me the inspiration to keep getting up and doing this job. In the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the arc of the moral universe is long, but it always bends towards justice. So ladies and gentlemen, tonight, every now and then you get to stop and smell the roses. And tonight we're gonna stop and smell these roses. We are going to celebrate, we're gonna party. The DA drinking Grey Goose, in case anybody wondering. We got a different kind of DA down here in the dirty, dirty South. But tonight we're gonna party, we're gonna celebrate these victories, we're gonna go to that store out there, and we're gonna wake up tomorrow and fight harder. Thank you, let's have a good night.
There's so many problems. Okay, hold on. Okay, sorry, the other things started playing again in my ear. Okay, somebody asked, and I did look it up real quick, if this is her pastor. I'm finding it very interesting because now I need to go back and look at the dusty clergy, that crusty clergy that was there standing behind her. I don't think her pastor was there. If this is her pastor that she says, Pollard, because the church that Pollard is a pastor of, I've never seen Fani associated with it until just now. So that's going to be super interesting. I mean, whatever. I mean, I didn't see him there with the crusty clergy stand on the steps supporting you. That's just weird. Anyway, I think it's adorable. I think this is going to be such an interesting race. I really hope that Courtney Kramer gives her all of the pressure that she deserves, so she can chug the Grey Goose tonight. She'll wake up with a little bit of buzz, but she looks up and Courtney Kramer is giving her the business from the word go. She is on her backside from the word go. And I think that would be the right strategy. If she doesn't do it, I fear that there's not, because people like, incumbents, it's hard to unseat incumbents, please forgive me. It's hard to unseat them. And therefore, you must give you have to do a lot to get out of the orbit of the incumbent if you want to succeed in unseating an incumbent. And she has got to put in that kind of work. And that's all I'm going to say. Courtney Kramer, my name's Jason, dearwokeC@gmail.com. If you need me, I will be a hired political strategist. I'll help you. I will. What do y'all people got to say? Let us go. Let us go. Somebody said Stop and smell the rose, and it says it smells like mendacity. Where was it? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't think people are thinking about this transplanted Texan. Like these issues that she brought, I mean, that she's talking about, a lot of them are the issues that she brought into the mix. But I do think I do think it's bad form. I do think it's not appropriate to joke about things that came from your disqualification hearing, aka the Grey Goose. I don't think that's appropriate. I don't think that's appropriate because that's a place where you were demonstrated to be morally bankrupt. And then for you to sit here and talk about justice, for you to sit here and talk about what's right and what's wrong, and good gracious, quoting God's word, ma'am, you might need to stop that. But that's just my little 2 cents. But again, Pastor Pollard, I mean, he lets her go. I rebuke your fake pastors. The crusty clergy, man. All right. So now she is claiming to be Baptist. Non-Baptist church is what I think she's referring to. No, it's called Enon Baptist Church. I got it right here. It's called Enon Baptist Fellowship. Okay. Anyone believe that Fani won that fair and square? If it were closer, I'd probably say there was some shenanigans. But I mean, when you look at how Christian Y. Smith was running his campaign, I'm okay with the fact that he lost because I don't think he was running it aggressive. To me, you have to run it with aggression. I mean, you literally, it's like Rocky running down whatever that boulevard is in Rocky, the original Rocky movie. You got to be much more aggressive, and I just don't think he was that aggressive, in my opinion. But Christian Y. Smith, hey, holla at your boy, man. I'm glad to help you out as well. All right, what we got here? I saw somebody saying the smell of roses is the smell of mendacity. Y'all are wild, man. It wasn't even a small win. That's what I'm saying. Like if it was like a 50-45 or something like that, then I'd be like, oh man, they might have cheated. They might put the thumb on the scale. But I mean, it was a demonstrative. Like it might have been 90-10, 89-12, something like that, or 88-12. It was something pretty intense. Yeah, I don't understand how. I would love to understand that. And Transplant Texan said those sullied leaders of Big Bethel, is this speech making them proud? I don't know. I want to know, why have I not seen her at her quote unquote pastor's church, if that's where she goes? Because I thought she was claiming to be Catholic, but now, okay. I think it's just interesting. You can keep your roses. DeWanda is not feeling these roses. She said she ain't feeling. There it is. Smells like mendacity. There you go, Prince. Smells of mendacity. Oh my goodness, my goodness. She's absolutely classless. Absolutely. In her book she published in January, she said she was Catholic. That's what I thought. I thought so. Q. But now she's Baptist. See, that's what I'm saying. And the bad thing is, G. Delk, I think that this YSL case is going to get thrown out. All right. I think it's going to go south. I don't think it's going to go. There's just entirely too many pieces that are not screwed in tightly, that are rattling. I got a bad feeling about that. I got a bad feeling about that case. Just my little 2 cents. I think her problem is that she's extremely proud. She's extremely prideful, very arrogant. And come on. I just want Courtney Kramer to give her that business. Please, 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 please. Don't wait till Friday. Don't wait till Saturday. Don't wait till Sunday talking heads. You're on her head tomorrow, Wednesday. You're just on it. You're just on her head. Grey Goose is the only thing that tells the truth. She tells the truth about, well, there you go. Now, I did think it was interesting. She didn't spout a lot of her successes here. She mentioned the one thing about about gangs, and she mentioned the crime rates are down. I just think that was really interesting. It wasn't a campaign speech. So she wasn't touting how great she is. She was just touting, she gave one or two, and then she went on to talk about how her opponent is not qualified, this, that, and the third. I thought that was interesting. I wonder why she chose that path rather than to go in about how great she is. I mean, this is a time to talk about how great you are. It would think like, why not? And how great the future is going to be as she continues to do these things that Fulton County wants her to do. I just wonder why she chose that path. She just put her foot in it and then jumped out. I don't understand. Just seems a very interesting strategy. Why not talk about, because again, you have everybody's attention. The whole world's watching your acceptance speech. Why not give them a reason to believe in you right now while you have everybody's attention? I'm just saying. Courtney Kramer can rip that whole thing apart. If she just gets at it and just starts slicing and dicing it apart, taking every last piece of it and calling it on the carpet. If it's wrong, it's wrong, and just go for it. Yeah, Jason's back. Can we be done? Can we be done with her now? I think we probably, for the time being, of course, bragging about her Fulton County paid trips to Napa and drinking her Grey Goose with her infidel love. I mean, that's the part. Like, that's where that whole Grey Goose conversation came up, because she doesn't drink wine. And she didn't, when she went to Napa, and we were asking the question, like, were you at Napa? Were they serving spirits there? Because usually if you go to a winery, they're serving wine. You don't like wine. So what were you drinking? She says Grey Goose. So she brings it up. I just thought that was really bad form, in my opinion. Like, that just wasn't, that. Yeah, his name is Jeff Pollard, Major Victory. Let me double check. I just had it right in front of me. Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah. Gregory, please forgive me. His name's Gregory. Yeah, clapping people who done no research. These roses they want to stop and smell have an odor of mendacity. I like it. I like how he did that. Absolutely. Got carried away and made an inappropriate comment. Sorry, chat. It's okay, brother. It's okay. We all, every now and then, we all have been guilty. Trust me, I've been guilty of it. His servant says, she's about to drink Grey Goose in that dress. Yikes, that dress. Yikes. We ain't going to go there. All right. Yeah. I do think it's interesting. Courtney Kramer is a first timer. She's running in Deep Blue County. To win, she has to run center right. Please forgive me. She aligns with far right political views. Now, no way remotely she gets more than 20% of Fulton County votes. I don't know about that, Ricky. You got to remember, this was a Democratic primary, so Republicans didn't vote in it. So yeah, I don't know about that one. 20%? Because she got 100%. Fani Willis got 100% of the Democratic vote. Once it becomes Democrat and Republican, I think we looking at a whole different kind of race. Now, does that mean that it won't? Come on, Phil. I'm texting Phil right now. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of Phil because he hasn't called me back. I'm tired of this. We're about to just start a street fight right here. If you don't text me back, Phil, I'm going to fight you in the streets right out here. We're going to meet me outside. All right. Tell Courtney Kramer to call me. All right, there we go. There. I'm tired of this, man. Call me back, Phil. Y'all go over there and bug Phil and say, Phil, call Jason back. Your guy, Phil, your guy. Atlanta is now exiled to the north along with all the rappers. Whoever called us the Dirty South this is the Bible Belt. That's hilarious. Oh, that's been around since like the 90s. Yeah, I remember sometime in the 90s, Atlanta picked up that moniker of the Dirty South. I don't remember who it was that might have started. I don't know if it was Ludacris or So Def or somebody like that. Def Jam. I'm sorry, So Def. I don't remember. I have to look it up, but they love that Dirty South thing. It is what it is. I'm tired. Thank you all for having me in the chat. Good night. Susie, thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate you. Absolutely. Thank you for hanging out with us on tonight. I appreciate it. Well, it says Major Victory. They say Baptist Fellowship. Now, Baptist can mean a lot of things sometimes, but They say Baptist Fellowship, so it probably, and that could mean just simply that they believe in full immersion of believers in believers' baptism. So I mean, that could be the extent of their baptism, and everything else could be Pentecostal. So I mean, we both could be right in that regard. I believe they voted her in. Yeah, I believe they did. I believe they voted her in. I mean, I'm not surprised anymore by what people will do and what people will agree to. I'm not surprised anymore. Why is she not giving her speeches in her church instead of Big Bethel? See, that's my question. That's my question. That's my question. If this is her church, why is she not doing it at her church? That's the question. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that the narrative that, oh, my opponent has all of these super PACs is a silly argument. I mean, literally, she has far more support, far more than she likes to put on. Todd said, bro, Atlanta out here looking like Chicago. Bro, don't you dare. We better not be looking like Chicago. But what we do need to look like is that we need to go look at and check out Todd Thinks. So Todd Thinks is another great content creator. Shout out to him. Check out what he's doing. I have not been over there lately. Todd stood me up. We were supposed to do a live stream, and he stood me up. So y'all go over there and say what's up to Todd and say, why'd you stand up Jason? Check out his videos. Make sure you subscribe to his channel and say, stop standing Jason up. Tell him to call Jason back. That's what you tell him. All right, let's see what we got. Costa Chameleon said, I never underestimate Fulton County's ability to shoot themselves in the foot. They will most likely re-elect her in November. Oh, come on. Oh, I got you. Tawanda says she don't want to think about roses anymore. Oh, no. Sorry about that. She said she don't want to think about roses anymore. Y'all drop a rose in the chat. I haven't done that tonight. Let's put some roses in the chat just for old time's sake. Where am I? All right, let's do that. I can do it. Let's see this. Drop some roses in the chat real quick. The more the merrier. There we go. Yo, Melody, thank you so much. Yes, Mr. Scott McAfee did indeed win. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And yes, Mr. McAfee did win. And I mean, that's cool. But I'm just saying, from my observation, I just did not get that a lot of the challengers really had the chops to press against these incumbents and give them business. I didn't see McAfee getting challenged by Portillo. I definitely didn't see Fani Willis getting challenged significantly by Christian Y. Smith. I think they might have had they had good intentions. They definitely had good intentions, but I don't think that they had the ability to really push against. Again, they got a lot of power because they are the incumbent. They have a lot of power because they are already in office. So you have to take that and multiply that several fold over and push in the opposite direction. That's a heavy burden. That's why incumbents just keep winning. Once they get in office, it's hard for an incumbent. So that's what I'm saying. If Courtney Kramer will reach out to me, dearwokesy@gmail.com, I will absolutely help her. I will absolutely help her for a small nominal fee. Just a small nominal fee. It's not even relevant. You wouldn't even miss it. But I think it's necessary. All right, let us go. Let us go. I feel like I missed something. Good to see you, Angel Wings. I did see you. I saw you pop in. Here you go. Where are you? Hey. All right, let's go right here. There you go. Howdy, y'all. Good to see you, Angel Wings. Thank you so much for stopping by. I see all those roses in the chat. I see them. Zero class with a whole lot of money. Cash money at G. Grey Goose. Double. She would be a triple OG. She'd be a triple OG. Christian Y. Smith has never gotten more than 22% votes against Jen Jordan or Fani. Courtney Kramer is too far right. She will not get 20%. Okay. Okay. I got you. And if she reaches out to me, we're going to help her strategize, Ricky. We'll get her on her phone. We'll talk in email. We're going to help her get that 25%. We're going to help her get the W. We got to help her get the W. And then there we go. Thank you so much for reminding people to hit the like button. Thank you so much. Angel Wings, thank you very much. She ain't got much to brag about on the record. And I think because the reality is there is still real crime issues in Fulton County and in Atlanta proper. So you can say what you want to say, like, oh, crime is down. But crime isn't down when you get your purse snatched. Crime isn't down when your vehicle is vandalized. You're only concerned about like, oh, crime is down. No, you're worried about what happened to you. So therefore, if Courtney Kramer makes that the case and drives home that point that this stuff is not being taken care of, and it's actually the numbers that you're mentioning, like for example, Fani Willis said that assaults against women is down. But you do realize that Fani Willis was granted money to deal with this backlog of specific SA kits that are backlog in Fulton County, and the money never got taken care of, and the situation has never been dealt with. So there's all of these SA cases that are out there that are not getting dealt with, that kits that are in the backlog that have not been dealt with. If all she has to do is just make that point, all she got to do is drive that point that is very clear. And I think you can do that far right and just point out like, yo, this is not being dealt with. Like, you can't say that you dealt with it, and here's the fact and reality that it's right here. You can say that your conviction rate is 95%. Well, the reason it's 95% is because you're pleading out all these other people. The reason your quote unquote backlog disappeared is because you pled out everybody on probation. So there's murderers and SA assaults and all these other people that have got probation. That's how you got your backlog down, or you didn't get your backlog down at all. What is it? Which one is it? That's it. That's all Courtney Kramer has to do. DearWorks@gmail.com. Make sure you hit me up, Courtney. I'll help you out. Your boy. I'm here for you. Right. And no. Teresa, you can't just mention it. It has to be the front and center. It has to be, hi, my name is Courtney Kramer, and drug cases are this high. Hi, my name is Courtney Kramer, and the Fulton County Jail is this over full. And literally, nobody needs to know anything about you. All you're doing is pointing out the facts. That's all she does. That's it. And I mean, and that's, you can't just mention it. You have to be dogmatic about it to the point that people are like, yo, like she's really on this thing. And that's how you know she's going to be on her backside. It's very possible. It is very possible, transplanted Texan, but this is my issue. If you don't put in the heavy work to gum up the system and stop the political machine, how do you know that you couldn't have beat her? That's my point. If you don't come out of the gate hard and fast, if you don't come out of the gate to give real solutions and real explain situations to people and really help them see, then you don't know that you could beat her. She's beatable. The machine is beatable. All you gotta do is beat it. And you don't know if you don't put in the effort to beat it. Y'all gonna call this woman a gangster. She a triple OG, man. She a triple OG. She's an OG. She's dirty and proud, really, from LA. I think she is from LA, right? Isn't she from LA or San Diego? She's from California. I know that. I think Prince, I think she is from LA by way of somewhere else, by way of DC, I think it is. And please understand, there's and one more thing. We are also assuming that none of the other issues that she has, there's a lot of cases that she catching, from the U.S. Senate with the grants to the ethics violations going on here in Georgia. There's quite a few. The Bar Association, there's quite a few. I don't think all of those are just going to go away. I don't think every last one of them is going to, it's going to vanish. I don't think that's going to happen. So we'll see. Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. I think it's bad form to bring up the gray goose because that's directly tied to the disqualification hearing. I think that's kind of bad form. Now, sure, you can say, I'm going to be drinking something, whatever. But she literally talked about gray goose. And the only reason we know about gray goose is from the disqualification hearing. That's just bad form, in my opinion. The church that drank the Kool-Aid. What'd she do with them teachers? She threw them rascals in jail, man. She had them she had them hemmed up on racketeering charges like nobody, like the mafioso. It was crazy. Oh, that was so crazy. Thank you so very much for checking it. Thank you so much, Angel Wings. If you want to become a member of the channel, check it out. Thank you so much. I appreciate my team. My moderators are the best because it's the best live chat. Yeah, but Jim Jones. Okay, so what's today? Today's Tuesday. Yesterday, Christian Y. Smith. Christian Y. Smith brought up a case. He talked about Jim Jones, but it's not just Jim Jones. It's the U.S. Senate is looking at this, at the way she spent money. It's not just Jim Jones. It's a lot more. That's what I'm saying. I think this could go a lot worse than she's anticipating. All right, what we got here? Tina said, is she gonna act like that? And she gonna act and do like that? She needs to switch to Catholic, not Baptist. Fornicate and drink on week and confess on Saturday makes more sense. I love it. See, we even giving spiritual advice here. We helping them all. We helping them all. Courtney's going to have to get down and swing all Fani's dirty laundry. That's going to be the last. That will be the last hurrah. Because people are not hiring Fani Willis because she's clean and pristine. People want to hire Fani Willis because they think that she's going to do her job, or they believe that she's going to do her job. So Courtney Kramer's initial assault has to be against the false narrative that she did her job, because she hasn't. She hasn't resolved the gang problem. She hasn't resolved the gang prevention problem. Go after that truth. Like, make that demonstrably clear. She hasn't done her job. And wear her out on that. Make her prove. Make her bring the receipts. Because remember, Fani Willis shows no receipts. She only says things. So make her prove that she's brought down crime 25%. How did you do it? Let's see it. Where is it? It didn't happen if you didn't show it. Show and prove where it didn't happen. Literally, that needs to be the case. Yeah, we're talking. That's how the Falcons got the moniker Dirty Birds. Yeah, and of course, Dirty Birds are the Atlanta Falcons. I don't remember when they all happen. When is the next election? Next election is November. Underwood, I think it's. Don't quote me on that. I'm sure one of the moderators will fix me up, but I want to say it's November 5th or November 6th. Okay, here we go. Let's look real quick. November 5th. I'm right. There you go. November 5th. That first Tuesday in November. There we go. I got you. I'm here for you. We're here. Again, Dear World Christian is your new political strategist. Oh my gosh. Again, I'm a pre-K law student. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right. Thank you so much, Transplant Texan. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Oh, by the way, shout out to Barbara. Rico. Barbara helping me out with that Rico Defense Fund. She has said, what did she say? What did Barbara say? Barbara said, keep shouting. Keep shouting out the good word, Jason. Thank you so much, Barbara. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the gracious $5 super chat to help me with my Rico Defense Fund, because I do live here in Cobb County, and Cobb County does have extradition rights to Fulton County. So if Fani wanted to turn her guns on Dear World Christian, you know, your guy might be in trouble. So I appreciate that. Thank you so very much. I was in Fulton County today when I went to the alumni meeting. And, okay, I'm in a better place, y'all, by the way. I feel much better now. So we can make jokes about Morehouse having Joe Biden at graduation. I'm much better now, so we can go ahead and crack jokes about it. Because I asked them, does Joe Biden get to come to the cookout now? And what is he bringing to the cookout? Is he going to be at homecoming looking for a plate? Oh man, I was in rare form. I was in rare form. Dr. Thomas wasn't there. I was very disappointed because I really wanted to see him and ask him about it. All right, what did I miss? What I missed right here? Let's go. According to Fox, Channel 5, report January of 2024, the data showed violent crimes was down 18%. Homicides were down 22% compared to 2022. Rapes were plummeted 49%. Okay, there we go. Now, I want to know, and that's fine. Then if I were Courtney Kramer, I would just ask, how did that happen? And what needs to happen moving forward to keep that moving in the right direction? And that being the case, I think asking how it happened, I think would really be insightful. But that's just me. I am familiar with Harrison Floyd. I've not actually talked to Harrison Floyd. I do know he's talked to Phil Holloway from Inside the Law. He's also talked to Professor Nez from Nez Nation, as well as April from the Standard Truth podcast. I shot him an email. I shot him a text message. A Twitter DM. Just kind of holding tight. Just holding tight. I don't know. It might be because I can't say it's because I'm black. I can't do that because then that would make me like a hypocrite. So I can't do that. However, I don't know how and why I haven't heard back, but hopefully it'll be sooner than later. All right, let's keep this going. Thank you so much for that. All right, where am I? All right. Sad fact, you bring facts to proof and they still vote. So today I had a conversation with a young man, and this is just something I brought up, and I thought it was beneficial. I said, hey, we were at an alumni meeting. I was like, hey, one of the things I really strive to do is I try my best to listen to people that disagree with me. I try my best not to come off the top rope and, be all bombastic and, you disagree with me. And, just listen. I said, just listen to them. Because I mentioned something to him and he immediately bristled. He was, defenses were up. I said, just stop and think for a second. Just stop and think what I'm saying. Now, first of all, is what I'm saying, does it make sense? Not do you agree with it, but does it make sense? And then ask, is my rationale for saying something? You can still disagree, but is my rationale for saying it logical? Is it consistent with like, okay, that's a logical statement that he's making. I just don't like it, but it's logical. And we walked through it because he wasn't pleased with what I had said initially, but he listened. And I was like, just listen to what I'm saying for a second. And the same thing, I listened to him. And I still don't think we had a meeting of the minds or saw eye to eye. However, I think he understood where I was coming from and how I came to make this decision, a thought process that he didn't like. And what I'm bringing that up is because I think a lot of the time people haven't been challenged to actually think outside of what they think. Challenged to think outside of what they've become accustomed to. Sorry about that. And with that being the case, I'm like, hey, I want you just to think why this might make sense. And he could understand. He was nodding his head a little bit, but I don't think he just heard it before. It was an idea about voting, by the way. I'm not going to go into the deep weeds about it, but it was an idea and he just didn't think it was right. It's just wrong. It's got to be crazy. And I just said, well, just stop and think. Why would somebody do that? What would be the benefit, or why would it be advantageous to see this practice all the way out? And we walked through it and he kind of understood, but he had never thought about it, that it could actually be a logical thought. He's always thought that anything contrary to what you believe is just bad and is wrong, and there's no way possible it could be right. That's not true. That's not always true for sure. And just ask people to slowly walk through. So the reason I bring that up is I think in this situation, helping people see and understand, well, number one, this is all theater anyway. We're just having a good time talking about politics. But at the end of the day, it's God who ultimately is in control. So whoever is in the DA-ship in Fulton County, whoever is the judge in Fulton County, the president or whatever, at the end of the day, God put them there so I can trust God. And this person is there to help in my sanctification. Okay, fine. So with that being the case, since I already know the end result is my sanctification, then therefore I can enjoy watching this and have a good time, and I don't have to lose sleep. Biden can still become a Morehouse man, and I can still sleep like a baby. It doesn't matter. So but back to the point that I was saying with my brother at school today, a lot of the time people haven't been challenged to actually think about what they believe and why they believe it. And if you just slowly walk with them and just help them say, okay, this is why I believe this. This is why I want to vote for this person. This is why I won't vote for this person. This is why this issue is a watershed issue for me. I mean, I've made no shorts about it. My position on the deletion of babies in the womb. And I brought that up to several of my brothers today, and they understood it because they had never heard somebody, I don't think they'd ever heard somebody who wants to do away with the practice, period. And I literally said there is no good reason to do that. And you can see them like, ugh. You can see them kind of wrestling with it because they've been told so much that there's all these reasons why it's okay to delete babies. I'm like, we can't be a moral people and we destroy our babies like that and then expect to hold some kind of moral high ground over other people and look down on them. We can't do that. And they were like, yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. And the head nodding was going on. So that's my point. So be willing to express why you believe what you believe and stand on what it is that you believe and explain it, articulate it, give analogies and examples and really parse through it. If it's biblical, explain from scripture why you believe it. If it's political, where do you derive your knowledge from and why do you believe that it's right? And if you do that, I really believe that the end result will be one, that people will at least have respect for one another. Because at the end of the day, it's really, really now there's some people that are wackadoodle on both sides of the political spectrum. So I'm not talking about the wackadoodles. I'm talking about the people that are sensible. They could still be a Democrat, they could still be a Republican, but they're not wackadoodles. And y'all know who I'm talking about, wackadoodles. And then at the end of the day, if they're willing to, like, you know what? I can respect that. I disagree with you. I can respect your opinion, and y'all can shake hands and keep it moving. You don't have to be in a street fight with them. And those are the kind of people that you can eventually sway to agree with you on particular topics. And lo and behold, y'all find out that you really don't have as many differences as you just didn't have understanding of one another. That's my 2 cents. Or I don't know, what was that, about $1? That might have been a whole 45 cents, Jason. That might have been 45 cents in crypto or something. No D will vote. I'm sorry, no, the D vote is a family tradition. And you know what? That's fine. I'm willing to buck that family tradition. I'm willing to challenge that family tradition. I'm willing to argue against that family tradition and say, why do we vote like this? Why do we vote against things that ultimately benefit all of society? Having a male and a female married, committed to one another, raising little people in a lifelong partnership and marriage. How does that hurt society? How does that make society worse? I just want to know. Help me understand it. Because we can see in 4K how not having the family structure in play has completely decimated society, and particularly decimated the highly melanated, the Black society, Black culture. Black family is completely decimated. How has that made us better? I just want to know how the strength of that. I'm listening. Help me understand it. That's what I thought. So I believe that the way God has done it is not just beneficial because Jason says it. It's beneficial because that's the right way to do it. So therefore, we should do it exactly as it should be done, which is, of course, a male and a female committed to a lifelong partnership in marriage, then having children, raising said children in a loving, committing family. How would that hurt society? I would love to hear. How would that hurt society? But I'm here for it. The best chat. There we go, for sure. The best chat on the YouTube has you back. There we go. She looking for all my funds. Tawana Fani looking for my funds. Look, Fani, you got to get away from me. I ain't got my Yeah, Biden is a Morehouse man, and it's funny to me how many brothers I talked to tonight that didn't hear that. I said, you do realize that Biden has the same, I mean, technically, because we were voting for, the Alumni Association president and vice president, parliamentarian, chaplain, all that kind of stuff like that. I said, you do realize that Biden could vote, right? If he paid his alumni dues, he could vote. I just want to make sure you know that. I just want to make sure you know that. All right, Sybil, coming back. Oh, it is so good to see you, Sybil. I tell you, as sure as my name is Jason, every day, Sybil, I open up my email hoping to see an email from you because 2-3 weeks ago, I asked you to email me and I still have not gotten that. And sadly, my heart is really sad that I've yet to get this email. So could you all do me a favor if you are in the chat? Can you all please put Sybil's name, Sybil? Let's just let her know that we really appreciate her and we're expecting her to drop Dear Will Christian an email. And I really love when she comes and shows up because she always has something positive to say about Fani, how she's her big sister and this, that, and the third. And I asked her again 3 weeks ago to shoot me an email. So what I would love for you to do is just let her know that we really do appreciate her. Let her know, Sybil, we really do appreciate you. And if y'all really want to be extra grimy with a side of crazy, why don't y'all put my email address in there just so she can remember, because maybe she didn't get it. DearWokeC@gmail.com. Sybil, if you don't mind, refrain from commenting in the chat unless you email me. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, Sybil. Thank y'all so much for putting Sybil's name in there. Let her know that Dear Woke C really would appreciate her emailing me because I want to talk to her. We can go ahead and get her on. We can get her on. We can have you on camera. We can talk about it. But Sybil, don't comment again until you actually email me. Thank you so much. And man, if you don't mind, moderators, if I happen to miss it out, because I did take my glasses off, please make sure that Sybil goes to timeout if she does comment again. Thank you so much. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. What did I miss here? So many good comments. Thank y'all so much. Please keep doing what you do. Thank you, Bird Dog. I appreciate you, friend. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Wait, what happened? All right. Looks like some good commentary. Looks like a lot of good family reunion stuff going on. I love that family reunion stuff when y'all are doing that. I absolutely love it. All right, let's keep this game going. Let's keep it going. Yeah, by the way, make sure, Sybil, dearwokec@gmail.com. What did you laugh at? Come on, Lead. Unstoppable? Y'all, come on. Lead, not unstoppable. Unstoppable, like the Juggernaut in Marvel Comics is unstoppable. Like the Hulk is unstoppable. Come on, Lead. Y'all put the lead attorney in the chat. What's up, Lead? Y'all type Lead in. Lead, come unstoppable, Lead. Come on, my guy. I don't know about that. I might have to put him in 0-second timeout too. Y'all might have to put Lead in timeout. How is that happening? Is unstoppable? Y'all, Lead, come on, man. Come on. Give your brother a little bit of hope, my guy. Don't do that to me. Unstoppable? Y'all put Lead in 0-second timeout. Put him in 0 seconds. Absolutely. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, TLA. Thank you so much for stopping by tonight, for sure. All right. But okay, well, all right. So if you don't mind then, Lead, since you feel she's unstoppable, you're going to have to go ahead and drop some knowledge in there. Tell us why she's unstoppable. And is it possible for Courtney Kramer to unseat? I think it's possible to beat her. I'm Dear Woke Christian. I'm now a political strategist. And I believe that if she puts in the effort, she can unseat her. I do believe that's possible. But I want to hear what you think, man, for sure. All right, so don't put them in timeout, y'all. Don't put them in timeout for that kind of stuff. We're not gonna do that to him, Kenya. We're gonna be gracious here. We're gracious over here. And Dear Will Christian, it's already past my bedtime. We're being gracious this late at night. We're being gracious tonight, except to Sybil. All right, let's keep this going. There we go. D says it, and that's the right thing. Good evening to the best chat and the mods. There we go. Thank you so much. Is this a word? Come on, she's unshut-upable. That's hilarious. That sounds like something my kids would have made up. Make sure that Melanie, are you sure you're not my daughters? Because that's something my kids would have made up. I love it. Let's see what we got. Because of Black Girl Magic, see, that's what I'm saying. You got, it's already the machine. She's already got a lot going in that direction. So Courtney Kramer is going to have to do a lot to push back against it. That's all I'm saying. They love that neck rolling Jezebel spirit. Wow. I love y'all. I love it. Yeah, she got that big Bethel. But why was she not at her own church? I'm going to have to look into that because I really don't think the gentleman I see here, that's the pastor of this church, Pastor Pollard, I don't remember seeing him back there with those crusty clergy that was supporting her. So I really need to go back and look. Now I'm going to have to go back and look intently and see if I actually see them in the press conference supporting Fani Willis. I think that would be interesting. But yeah, that's going to definitely be something I look into. All right, see. Okay, I'm proud of him. 9K is admirable going against a juggernaut like Fani. Bull in the China shop, Willis. I just don't think Christian Whitesmith put in my opinion, I don't think he put in the effort necessary to unseat Fani. Because I think as good as 9 was, Kenya, I think he could have got 18. He could have got 27. He could have got 36. I just think I just did not see the again, you want to convince these people that I'm going to work so hard to bring these cases down. I'm going to work so hard to deal with these gang issues. I'm going to work so hard, and I'm going to show you through the way that I'm applying for this job, AKA I'm running my campaign. I really think that's what we were missing. But I mean 9 isn't bad for sure. But I'm saying, could it have been 45? What if it had been 45? We'd be talking about a whole different game. I'm just saying. All right, where is Kiana? Is she moonlighting for Phil? That's a great question. Where is Kiana? See, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all are hilarious that you all remember this kind of stuff. That's the thing that cracks me up about this live chat. You all remember stuff about each other in the little conversations, in the chat, in the things that are going on. Who remembered that? Like, that's hilarious that you remember that, D. But I love it. I'm all about it. What'd you say? The odor. I smell an odor of mendacity. I got to use that clip again. That clip is hilarious. All right, what we got here? Black Girl Magic meant something different back in the day. She needed to just go sit on down. I love it. At Big Bethel. Yeah, like why was she at Big Bethel? Now I'm really interested because I thought in her book she says she was Catholic. So I kind of understood that. But if she professes to be a Baptist, why were you at Big Bethel AME? And your pastor, Pastor Pollard, is a Baptist pastor. Why were you at Jackson's church, Big Bethel AME? I got questions. I got so many questions. Kenya, we might have to see, there's something there. Kenya said, even my married, dignified Black girlfriends love neck rolling and poor grammar. It's sad. And you saw Fani shift that on midway through that acceptance speech where she got real neck rolling and such of that nature. That was really interesting. That's all I'm saying. If Christian Whitesmith put in more effort, you blaze a trail. Again, like, you can get 20%. Okay. So the next person, again, but Christian Whitesmith has run for a lot of offices. And I don't know. I hope this don't sound bad. I don't want to sound like I'm dogging the guy or anything like that. I mean, he is a Democrat and I wouldn't vote for him, but he's run for a lot of offices. If you do a search for him, he's run for a lot of positions and he's not won many of them. And I'm not saying that just because you didn't win one, you shouldn't run for another. All I am saying is maybe you don't have the personality, maybe you don't have the come across to convey to people ideas that they can connect with and want to support you. Because like it or not, Fani Willis connects with the people. Whether or not what she's connecting is true and whether or not what she's connecting is moral, The jury's still out on that, literally and figuratively. But she connects with people, and therein is the problem. I don't think Christian Smith is able to do that. Is that my sister April in the building? What's going on? April from the Standard Truth Podcast. She says Fani had a lot of outside money. She raised over $500,000 to his 75. Yeah. And I wonder if, like, for example, if Christian Smith came on the channel right now, and I know he's seen some of my videos, so he's actually commented on a video or two. If he came on the channel and if we just had an honest conversation, if you rated your effort in this race, Christian Smith, what would you give yourself? Would you give yourself a 10? That means you emptied out the tank. You did everything that you could possibly do. You did it all. You did everything. And one is you just phoned it in. I wonder, would he honestly say he gave, level 7 effort? Or would he say, yeah, maybe I didn't give all the effort that I could? And that's all I'm wondering. I'm just wondering because, yeah, I mean that's a big disparity of money. That's almost 20%. He raised 20%. But I'm just wondering, did you raise 20%? You raised $75,000. Did you only raise $75,000 because that's all that was out there? Or did you only raise because you were only able to connect $75,000 worth of value and convey $75,000 worth of value to your constituents? That's just my question. I don't know. I just wonder if there's more. Did Christian Smith leave anything in the tank? Did he leave anything in the tank? Because if he got to the finish line and he was completely bone empty, tires flat, and the radiator blew, then I got nothing for him. I got salute, grace and peace, man. But if he feels like he left something in the tank, then that's the problem. You should have burned everything up. You should have emptied out the tank. There should have been nothing left in the tank. And so Courtney Kramer, tomorrow morning, she needs to start off dumping as much fuel in this thing as possible. You've got to get this rocket ship off the launch pad fast. Don't wait till Thursday. Don't wait till Friday. Don't wait till Sunday morning with the talking heads. You have to start tomorrow. Courtney Kramer, my name is Jason, dearwokesy@gmail.com. I'll be your political strategist for a small nominal fee. Okay? But that's my thought. You got to be intentional. And my goodness, in the morning, you got to dump it all out. There can be nothing left in the tank, nothing whatsoever. So I hope that makes sense. There's a lot of people asking questions. Fani Willis should not have mentioned that pastor's name because now everybody got questions about that church. And I too have the questions about that church. I am going to go back and look at the crusty clergy that was supporting her and the such like that. I don't think I saw Pastor Pollard, the gentleman I see here on my phone. I don't remember seeing him, but I'm gonna go back and look because then I got questions like, why were you there, rather than at Big Bethel? There's a lot of problems there. Matter of fact, I wonder. This is something I'm wondering. I wonder if it's not in Fulton County. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder if the church is not in Fulton County, and I'm just looking. No, it's in Fulton County. No, it's in Fulton. Okay, never mind. No, just thought. So. I like Transplanted Texan. Transplanted Texan is not going to let this go. I love it. You keep bringing up these questions about it. So you got me thinking. So we're going to definitely look into it. Connects how? I'm struggling to see the appeal. What do you mean? Connects how? What do you mean, April? Let me know is it me? Maybe it might not be me. Y'all shout out April in the chat. Thank you so much for stopping by, friend. Good to see you. I mean, you even got TLA shouting you out. There we go. That's exactly what's behind Fani. Okay. Everybody's up late. I'm way past my bedtime. That's what I'm saying. That's it. He just does. Again, I'm just not getting. You don't have to be charismatic. Again, you ain't got to be like a grimy televangelist, okay? But on the same note, though, He just seems robotic. He just seems impersonal and robotic and formulaic. What church? Okay, so we just watched. Okay, I got you. Thank you, April. So we just watched Fani Willis's acceptance speech, and she gave a shout out, and she said, "To my pastor," and she said a pastor's name. Well, the live chat went crazy, right? So we all looked it up, and I'm like, okay, this is a Baptist church that she says she's associated with. And I'm like, I thought she said she was Catholic. And then we started asking questions, and of course, transplanted Texan is not gonna let it go. I love them. But so that's how we ended up talking about Enon Church. I think Susie just dropped it in the chat. Yeah. Ooh, Dan, you said that too. All right, I see you right there. All right, let's see. I'm struggling to see the appeal. If you're saying the appeal of Fani, I don't see it at all. I think Kenya said it's more like just that black girl magic, that ratcheting behavior that people just accept because they don't want to push against somebody acting ridiculous and out of pocket. So they just kind of accept it, and it's now become a thing like black girl magic. That's what I personally believe it was. That's her appeal, but I don't know what it is because I wouldn't have voted for her. What is going on? Let's see what we got. Thank you so much, Susie. Yes, if you have not already subscribed to April's channel, the Standard of Truth podcast, my fantastic favorite April Chapman sister, please make sure you go check out what she's doing over there and give her a shout. Tell her WC sent you, the new political strategist. Yeah, he only had 10%. He only had 10%. It was 12 when I got online, but I'm not surprised. Keeping it honest, Anthony Alexander, I'm not surprised if it went down to 10. I still might go to the the youth anti-gang center and do a live stream from there. I still might do that. Because I said if he got 20%, I would do it. Fani has a pastor. Yeah, I'm 5'10", Mexican. April, you're that tall? I never would have known. Y'all are up late. Still early out here in California. Y'all are wild out there. All right, what we got here? Dan says, all right, good stuff. Good conversation going on. I love the conversation in the live chat. I really do appreciate y'all. Paul said black girl voodoo. He ain't having none of that magic. He said voodoo. All right, what we got here? I know you're short. I know it. All right, I got to the bottom of the chat. There we go. I didn't think I'd make it all the way down there. And now I'm not. Now I'm no longer at the bottom. There we go. It's only 9:37 in Utah. It is 11:37 here in Georgia. Isn't it true that churches, because of the tax code, are not to be involved in politics? Maybe Big Bethel is not concerned with all this based on its history. Technically, you're correct, Apex. The problem is a lot of them just violate that. And I don't think they ever feel like there's ever going to be any kind of ramifications or any kind of pushback. So you're correct that they should not be doing. The problem is they do. And they shouldn't be doing it, but they do. Let's keep this rolling. Man, he said it's 11:38 in Shanghai, China. Y'all, real quick, where are y'all from? Where are y'all? All right, y'all know where I am. Y'all know I'm in the place that must be stopped. I am in the place that must be stopped, Georgia. Yes, that's true. Churches cannot endorse political candidates if they are 501c3. So then the question is, why did Big Bethel why did they endorse her though? See, there's a lot of problems with that. I got a lot of problems. I got a lot of problems with it. All right, we got Denver up in the building. We got, of course, we got Arkansas, of course. See, I'm giving, and Ricky, we're doing this late for you because we know that it's 11 o'clock your time. We got them in Houston. We're rolling in Houston. We got that Denver folks. Is Denver, I'm not trying to be funny, like for real, is Denver nice at this time of season, this time of year? It seems like it would be a picturesque type of place. That Metro Atlanta over there we go. Caustic Chameleon. I can't wait for us to do a meetup, and you have to make sure you come when we do it. From New York, business in China. I love it. Well, we're glad to have you, man. Thank you so much. Lake Arrowhead, California. Southeast Georgia. I don't know why I was having a problem. I'm like, SEG, what in the world? But I figured it out real quick, Darlene. I rescued myself. Ohio. I see you, Daytona. I like that. That's actually kind of creative. I got to give you credit for that. Because Fani put that bread in her pocket. Okay, but how do they keep from violating campaign rules for 501c3s? That's really weird. I'm kind of interested in that now. Y'all got me really thinking about this. I'm in California, Kenya from California. We got, what, Prince? Prince. My name is Prince. Come on, man. In that ATL. I love it. Because they Dems. You got to say because they Dems. You got to drag the whole thing out. Come on, people. All the information is available. I agree. Okay, let me see. Minnesota. My grandparents were from Minnesota. We got that Texas time over there for Paula's. Good to see you. Okay. I've done a lot of shows about your politicians in Atlanta and the churches, and I would love to have you on my show since you're doing it, since you're down there. Psst, say less, my friend. Let's shoot me an email, dearwokec@gmail.com. Let's talk about it for sure. There we go. Now, I do live in Fulton County, so, you know, I'm right there in Cobb. I'm sorry, I live in Cobb County. Fulton County is right next door, so they do have extradition rights. So, you know, I might get caught up on them RICO charges, but, you know, hey, whatever. Hit me up for sure. All right, Texas is the best. I love it. It's fungible. I'd never heard that word before until the disqualification hearing. I'd never heard fungible before. No one holds these pimp preachers accountable. That's why. And I agree with you 100%, April. I agree 100%. But why do their congregations not hold them accountable? If the congregations hold them accountable, this would change, in my opinion. All right, what we got here? Fani has lied regarding regarding either of the candidates running against her. She definitely said some things even tonight. I'm like, how are you making those assertions? So, yeah, I don't know how she's beating that. The Georgia campaign finance system. I don't know. That's a great point. But see, Uncle Sam knows. Like, this is my only question. April says, maybe we should call her bluff and let Uncle Sam know. But they brought up the church speech. It literally is a thing. The church speech. That would be problematic right there. And again, we could talk about the Seventh-day Adventist Church when she came back to Big Bethel, this most recent endorsement on the step. They know it. They know that she's doing it. And why are they not calling her out? That's my question. That's what I can't understand. All right. Let me see. Not the same thing. All right, let me see what I got over here. But yeah, man, this is some great conversation. I'm so glad to have y'all rocking and popping. Always good. Always good. All right, what we got? Now, I think this might be the end of all. I think this is really at the end of the day what it is. Wrap it up with what you said earlier about them being Democrats. They don't care. At the end of the day, I don't think they care. I don't think they care that, because as long as they're not Republicans doing it, it's all good. If Courtney Kramer will break down Fani's victory speech claim by claim and then come back strong showing where Fani does not have the receipts, that would be a strong start. Amen. That's it. I'm telling you. Fani served her up a campaign, at least a campaign commercial, by just giving all those factoids. Like, where are you getting those from? Like, where's the evidence? And just keep hammering it. I agree 100%. I think that's a fantastic point. See, well, Texan, come on, join me on my political strategist company I just started yesterday. Absolutely, man. We can do this because her church is a social club, not a church. Lord, help them all. Lord, have mercy. I agree. I agree. I agree. To get around a 501c3 is offering equal time or invitation to an opponent. Really? I thought you couldn't make any. I didn't know you could. So if they offer equal time. Well, okay, here's a question then. Where was the equal time for Christian Wise Smith, the endorsement of, there was like 9-10 pastors on that step outside Big Bethel when she received their endorsement. That's 9 churches, roughly, give or take. I'm sure there's probably associate pastors or whatever. I don't know. That would have been interesting. Them Dems better start caring. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Okay, like we got to see them step up to the plate. In fact, they do have an issue with this. They got to step up. All right, we'll get here. Fani's slack mouth will be her undoing. I agree. There's no argument for me at all, Prince. I just want the people to see what you see and what you and I see together. I agree with you. I got you. Looks like some good conversation. Always good conversation going on up in here. If y'all don't mind, I got 156 likes. Do y'all think I could get 4 more? If you haven't liked this video, could you like it? If you like having good commentary, hopefully good commentary, let me back that up. I give commentary on social and political situations going on in society from a Christian male perspective. If you like that, hit the like button. If you don't like it, you can hit the like button 3 times. It'll do the same thing, but it's kind of like it helps out. Cool. I interviewed Robert Patillo, who ran against Judge McAfee. The system already has who it's going to have in its place. I ran for Congress also, so I know a little bit about the political side. Okay. Hey, man, hit me up, Anthony. Where are you, by the way? Where are you? Are you here in Atlanta, or I don't think you're in Atlanta because it sounded like you said you were somewhere else. Let me know where you are. Here is a fantabulous question. In April, feel free to jump in as well. Transplanted Texan says, DWC, why do the black churches allow themselves to be used by the Democrat political candidates? I think, in my opinion, the first of many problems is they see themselves as black churches. They don't see themselves as a church or Christ's church or the Church of the Living God. I don't think they see themselves properly, so therefore they don't function properly. Kind of like if I didn't understand my cell phone and I didn't utilize it, I didn't define it properly, I would use it inappropriately and say my cell phone is a cup, and I try to drink water out of a cup. Out of my cell phone. That would be insane, but it's because I don't understand it because I'm not defining it properly. They don't understand and not defining church properly. Therefore, it's very easy now that you're not defining it properly to use it inappropriately or to function inappropriately. That's my little 2 cents. So that would be the first problem. The press conference most recently on the church steps should be enough to get Big Bethel in trouble. I agree. I agree 100%. There was 2 pastors from Big Bethel and all these other slack need pastors. Yeah, there's a lot. Money is the thing. Money's that thing. All right, let me see. Right, and see, and so April added more, said, but remember, these black pastors are an extension of the Democrat Party. I agree. I think it's running hand in hand. The church is not properly defined correctly. The pastors don't know their duties and responsibilities properly. So it's just an ongoing problem. And again, I think when you define your entity by your ethnicity, you're going to create problems. And yes, I even mean that about Morehouse. Yep. It just creates more problems. All right, what do we have here? The gang members. Okay. All right. I have a theory that Fani's is ministering to some of those pastors, especially the old ones. Just saying, girl, you out of you wild. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, let me see. All right, let me see. The Boulay, those are Boulay churches. I can't disagree. I cannot disagree. No, good conversation going on up in here. I love it. You're in Cleveland. Okay, cool, brother. Grace and peace, man. Yeah, shoot me an email, man. I appreciate it. If I didn't already drop my email in the chat, feel free to shoot me an email. We'll make something work. We'll make something work. Who got put in timeout? Mickey got put in timeout? What you talking about? Y'all are wild, man. Y'all are wild. Okay. All right. April, we got to put you in a 0-second timeout. Is April a moderator? I think she is. So she can't put herself in. We got to put April. We got to put you in 0-second timeout. Sorry, friend. All right. She's in. She's out. Okay. There we go. Problem solved. Y'all are wild, man. I love it. When will Republicans learn an eye for an eye and quit playing wimps, especially with the rhinos? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we can turn this into a long political treatise for sure and look at all the ins and outs. I think for tonight, my argument is that conveying your message and getting your message out is extremely clear. But even more than that, conveying your message and being ready to actually do what you say, in my opinion, because people now have just associated politicians with lying. So whatever it is, they've kind of associated that if you say you're going to do away with student loan debt, you're going to bring solar power to every community, whatever. They just associate that you're going to lie, that you're lying. So if you actually do what you say you're going to do, there is the success in the fact that you've done what you said you're going to do. And that's where I believe, just for tonight, that's where the problem is. Politicians are not known to actually be trustworthy and actually promise low, deliver high. That's not their stilo. So I think, in my opinion, that's where the success will come if Republicans and even Democrats did what they said they're going to do and didn't promise what they knew they could not do. It's like, I'm not going to promise you that I'm going to get all of all of Congress to vote yes for my new bill. That's silly. That's dumb. But something that you can do and that's reasonable, then that's what you do. And I don't think that they're doing it. But that's just one thing. I know it's not an exhaustive list by any means or measures. So it's just a look. Again, there's a lot of problems. There's a lot of reasons why I feel like they're not actually, in my opinion, also, again, for tonight, I feel like the the Republican Party is actually just the Democrats light. They're just like behind the times by 5 or 6 years. So if you're moving in the exact same trajectory as the party that you're saying you're against, what's the difference? Like, there's not really truly a difference. And I think there's room for that. That's it. Let's see. All right. I think that looks like we done caught up. So Dan is saying, I think, oh, good, I didn't hit that. Dan said regarding churches, I always understood not to preach politics. And I was on the board at an Adventist as a head deacon. And politics, actually, in my opinion, has no place in Christ's church. So it shouldn't just be a matter that we don't do it. It shouldn't be done at all, period, end of story. So therein is the problem. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents there. What did I get? I think we are good to go. You get exactly what you wanted in Fulton County. Don't cry when it's your family. When it's your family member lost in the system, or when you can't get any sort of relief because of a crooked DA spent all of the funding on lingerie. I don't think she spent all lingerie, but I got what you're saying. I got you, Mike. Mike 521. I appreciate that. Thank you. James Irvin, good to see you, man. The churches are free for all in that area. Yeah. Definitely no argument for me. Removal by loss of a bar license would be an option, an outlier. I think y'all are talking about some of the different cases that are coming up against Fani, and I think those are valid. I mean, those are probably. I don't think all of those are going to go away. So there's definitely more things that need to that are going to probably come to light in the next couple of days. And shout out to AV to the Seventh Power, because she did a review of the letter that Jim Jordan and the Senate sent to Fani Willis, Grassley, and I think the other guy's name is Johnson. And they sent Fani Willis a letter this past weekend. And they explained very explicitly in detail the things that are missing. And remember, Fani Willis said that she's rolling out the receipts as she gets time, and she's able to do that, which is completely ludicrous, because you have a whole department that's tied to this grant, that's tied to collecting those artifacts and getting them processed and uploaded and so forth. And the fact that you didn't do it just means that you don't have it, because you have not been doing what you said you would be doing. So it's wild. So I'm looking forward to seeing how all of that plays out, because it's going to be wild. So long as I'm under freedom of religion, I salute the flag of America. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. I think we done caught up. I feel like I've caught up with everybody. I love it. I love it. Thank you so very much, my good people. She should get debarred. She committed perjury, and that should get her disbarred. Though I agree. To me, I'm almost worried, like, why is this, like, it seemed pretty clear to me. It seemed clear to me. Why would that not be like an immediate pop? But same note, as far as I understand, I believe Nathan Wade was putting money in his IALTA account, and I thought that was like non grata too. And lo and behold, he still got his law license. So that's the only thing, like, what does it take for y'all to do the right thing? I don't know. Seems like, I don't know. I have no idea. I appreciate it. We need to get a season 4 of As the Peach Turns, because I didn't drop As the Peach Turns today. I have to do that. We have to get it to season 4. I can reach out to We Watch YouTube and make sure we get a season 4. But y'all, I appreciate you, every one of y'all. So tomorrow is Wednesday. I know we have hopefully a special live stream on Thursday, because Thursday the Georgia Senate is going to be doing another hearing, and I heard it's going to be pretty interesting. So Thursday, and don't quote me on this, I want to say it's going to be like early lunch. It's like 11:30, 10 o'clock, something around there. As soon as I know for certain, I will drop that thumbnail, and we will be doing this. We'll do a watch party. We'll watch it together. So that's Thursday. Friday, I know I said I wasn't. He had to get 20%, but I think I'm going to go do it. Just drive on down there to East Point, Georgia, just down the street around the corner. Maybe do a little live stream from the gang prevention center that Fani Willis has not built, and just to be trifling. And so that should be fun. And then there's some other good things coming up this week. But hopefully, who knows, maybe Phil will reply back to my text message, and we can get Phil on the show. That'll be fun. Maybe TLA will come on. Who knows? But I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you so much, every last one of you, for the kind words. Thank you for the gracious, very gracious super chats. Thank you so much. It really means a lot that you find value in what we're doing over here in this pre-K law student, now political strategist that I am. Okay. I really appreciate y'all so much. I'm looking forward to doing this again. As soon as I wake up tomorrow, if I see anything in the traps, because I'm sure there's going to be some kind of stories like Natalie Hall and all that kind of stuff like that we might do. Maybe we'll go ahead and schedule like a little noon lunchtime thing or whatever tomorrow. Oh no, I'm sorry, my eighth grader. My eighth grader is having final ceremony tomorrow, and that's at 9. it's at 9 tomorrow. So we probably won't do it until afternoon. But y'all got what I'm doing. So I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you very much for all of your graciousness. Thank you, moderators, for all you're doing. Thank you for putting people in 0-second timeout and all that kind of good jazz. I appreciate each and every one of y'all because this is the best live chat on the planet. You all are really a blessing. I really do appreciate y'all. It's been a lot of fun. Okay. I'm reading over. I see. Oh, I agree with you, April, about the cyber chat attack. I totally agree with you. But I do appreciate each and every one of y'all. Let's do this again real soon, okay? Everybody, thank you so much. Have a fantastic night. Grace and peace, and I'll see you real soon. Take care.